the wild winds call. Jasper's walking, taking pictures of it all. Boots on the ground, heart in the sky, following the blazes, just a rambling guy. Through the valleys, over the hills, chasing that freedom, feeling the thrill. With every sunrise, he's finding his way, living the dream, one step a day. Trail named Jasper, walking on through, Bruce trail bound with a camera view, hiking the ridges, chasing the light. Like and subscribe.
So, as we climbed out of the cover of trees where we camped last night, we get the first look at the sky this morning. Well, it's gray for sure, and there are some deeper gray clouds. I'd call it maybe I don't know, probably an alto stratus, maybe with some embedded cumulus, something like that. But it's not raining, although it probably could. No wind again this morning. So you know what? I'm putting the start of this day down into a great weather morning for what we've experienced here in the UK so far. Yesterday was great. We had one shower yesterday, small one, so I'm going to call that a 0 rain day yesterday. First one I've had. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Going past another, or walking through another active working farm, sheep farm. Yeah, fields all around full of sheep. Yes, they are. What a lovely morning. Oh my goodness. A little slightly cooler than yesterday morning, but a lovely morning. Oh yeah, it is. Hey, good morning, everybody. Jasper here. Welcome, excuse me, welcome to day 9 on our coast to coast through hike attempt here in lovely England. We have signs here. Okay. That one's a different trail, but I think this is a trail to my right, but I think we keep following for now. Look at the farm home. Oh my. I think we keep following. Well, we'll see. We better check the app before we go too far down here. Yes. Look at that house. You look at the house while I check the app. See if we're on track. We are on track. See the app? That's me right there. Red line is the trail. So we're definitely on track. Well, yeah, welcome to day 9. Whew. So just a review of the plan. We're heading into Richmond, and I'm just taking my time because we're not too far from Richmond, and there's a Costa Coffee that opens at 7, so we'll probably do that. And I believe the co-op's open at 7 for our resupply. The key thing about Richmond is it's the largest city on the coast to coast, or town, it's not a city, a town, on the coast to coast trail. It's also, for me, the last major resupply, or full resupply kind of location on the coast to coast. Now, there are going to be some options such as, well, I know there's a gas station on the A road, A6, whatever it is. Okay, we have another sign here. that tells us coast to coast trail through that gate. Okay. Oh yeah, coast to coast right there, look. That way, perfect. Yeah, so it says last major resupply. And I think, I'm not sure now, from, I'd have to check, but from Richmond, we still have a reasonable hop of about 4 days, 5 days, depending on weather. So I'm going to resupply for like a 5-day hop or thereabouts. So I do need certain items. I need ramen noodles. I'd like to pick up 1 bag of mash, instant potatoes, more cookies. I have 1 pasta meal left, which I would mix with potatoes. I have 1 package or 2 servings of bacon left for sandwiches or whatever. I had the bacon for the evening meal last night. And I have, I think, 2 or 3, I'm not sure how many, sun-kissed chicken I have. So I may have enough protein just for my evening meals for the remainder of the hike. Plus, I've still got those 4 pouches of the asparagus instant soup. I haven't used any of those yet. I bought those with the mind of one of those with some instant potato for a hot lunch on a really terrible rainy day. But I haven't done that. Often there's been places like yesterday, the fried egg sandwich. And then of course a chocolate cake later in the day. Okay. I'm going to think about my resupply. And whilst I'm doing so, I'm just going to carry on. There's another sign, coast to coast. You have to make sure these gates are locked or like latched properly, because it would be a to-do if all these sheep got out of their respective fields, I think. Okay. Again, welcome to my day. Thank you for joining me, by the way. It really means so much knowing that you guys are here. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do need you. We really do need you to subscribe. Helps our channel grow. Also, please don't forget what I call my Buy Me a Coffee program. It's expensive. Gear is expensive. And if you would like to support our channel, it would be so much appreciated. Just small amounts. $2, $5, whatever's. Anything you can spare. You can just e-transfer to trailnamejasper@gmail.com. trailnamejasper@gmail.com. And you have no idea how much help that can be. So I appreciate that. I'd love it if you bought me a coffee. Okay, let's just get to hiking, shall we? Now there's an iconic sign, Richmond. I've seen that in many videos. Farmhouse behind me. Looks like a house or a barn ahead of me. Sheep both sides of me, left and right. Yeah. Raining. Spitting, let's call it spitting right now, but enough to make everything wet. I have put on my pack cover. Yeah. Looks Ominously gray. It looks like the kind of gray that could... It's funny because the lady mentioned yesterday that it's going to start warming up. So this could be the kind of gray which would be an alto stratus cloud form that brings a steady kind of continuous rain with it. And that can be the sign of an approaching warm front, which would coincide with what that lady mentioned about the weather warming up over the next few days. So that could be the case. Now, traditionally, although who knows, in the UK it's different, I guess, but traditionally a warm front doesn't associate itself or bring high gale force winds, whereas say a cold front squall line, short-lived kind of event, but can bring devastation. So it might not be windy. Steady rain is not as bad as the rain we had and the gale force winds that we didn't like. Okay, onwards and upwards. Actually in this case downwards, because we're descending right now. I believe we're getting our first glimpses of Richmond below, and a whole bunch of cottontails running around in the field. I don't know if you noticed those rabbits jumping and running around. There's quite a few, like there goes several. I've just seen about 8 or 9 rabbits. Well, you know what they say about rabbits. Anyhow, yeah, first look at Richmond. Yeah. Okay. The downtown core. Yeah, the downtown core of Richmond. The rain is now a steady pouring rain. There's a Costa coffee shop just up here that should be open, but there's also a Greg's just behind me that is open. There's also a co-op here for my resupply. And I need a bathroom break. So we'll take a little look, see if the Costa's open. We'll try that. If not, we'll go to Greg's. I guess they're not open yet. 7 o'clock. What time is it? Well, it opens at 7. And let's see what time we've got. 6:53, so this one opens in 7 minutes. So let's go back over to the Greg's, which is right there, which is open right now. I was more familiar with Costa, but Greg's is fine too. I didn't know so much. I didn't realize Greg's was also like a coffee shop chain. There's a mountain warehouse next to it, but that won't be open till 9 or 10. We'll be gone before that opens. And the Morrison's, not Morrison's, sorry, the co-op is just down there. So yeah. Good morning, Costa coffee. Latte, ham and cheese toasty. Got my electrics charging. Yeah. So that sandwich is just a basic ham and cheese, a latte, and it is 16 Canadian dollars. That's a lot of money, I think. Anyhow, I'm gonna enjoy this, have my break, let my power banks charge a while, go to the co-op, resupply, and head out of town towards Danby Whisk. Yeah. Okay. So, after our stop in Costa Coffee, we came out into a steady rain. Harder. Just a steady rain. Yeah. However, no wind, thank God. Heading over to Morrison's. Or maybe I just stay on the sidewalk. It's safer. Yeah. I'm gonna head over to Morrison's. It's open. I know that they open at 7. I'm gonna grab my stuff, pack it up, find somewhere, actually maybe underneath the scaffolding. Maybe I'll come back here and pack it up somewhere dry and then head out of town. Yeah. Resupply is done. Just before I leave town, I noticed there's lights on, more lights I think, at the mountain warehouse. I'd love to replace this Frog Tog's jacket with another rain jacket. And if they're open, I'm gonna go in and see. They do have more lights on, but I don't know what time they open. We'll go in and see. If they're open, I'll go in. I'll have a look. Could be. No. I don't know what time they open. You wouldn't happen to know what time the mountain warehouse opens, would you?
Probably about 8 o'clock, maybe half 8.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, at the mountain warehouse, the lady told me they open at 9. It's 8 o'clock now. And I could wait. I just go sit in Costa Coffee and have another coffee and recharge my battery. I'm not sure why I didn't choose to do that. But I did look at the weather. It's on and off again rain, with some sunshine here and there. 90% of the rain we're going to get is lighter, with right now for a couple hours, and some other spots over the next day or two for an hour or two here and there. The rain will be heavier, but generally speaking, 90% of it will be just light rain. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to move on. I have an opportunity to replace this Frog Tog's jacket in Glasgow, if that works out, at the mountain warehouse. So I think I should be okay. I mean, the only thing wrong with the Frog Tog's jacket is the fact that I put that rip in it that keeps getting bigger. And of course I have my outdoor research helium too, which you know I like to layer my rain gear. Okay, I just passed a westbound hiker heading from Robin Hood's Bay to St. Bees. So we exchanged a few pleasantries and bid each other a fond farewell. Kind of cool. Oh, I see. Not a stop sign, just a line on a road. Huh. Just a line on a road. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Just a line on a road, no stop sign, I noticed, for those cars, but they stopped because of a line on the road, and then they took off like a bat out of hell. Okay. I think I'm on track, although I should check. That's interesting. Camino Inglés to Santiago. Huh. Interesting. You know what? I have decided to go back and wait for the mountain warehouse. I don't know why I've decided that, but something is telling me that's the best choice, the best decision to make, is to go back and wait for mountain warehouse to open and buy a better rain jacket than this Frog Tog's that's torn. I have no idea why I have that inclination. Let's try this again. Leaving Richmond for the second time with a new mountain warehouse rain jacket. I didn't buy the best, I didn't buy the cheapest, but this one was on sale for 32 pounds and 95p, or I guess let's just say 33 pounds, which is around $66, $65 Canadian. So that's okay. It's a nylon with a mesh lining. It does have pockets on each side with zippers, which I love. Sometimes we go too light and we just don't have enough of what we actually need on trail. They did have better ones, and I was tempted, and I think I turned down here, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to check. This damn rain is coming down, but it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop. When my screen gets wet of my phone, it just doesn't work very well. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out. So it was just down here where I decided just to turn around and go back and wait for the mountain warehouse. And in doing so, I met Bob from England. He's a gentleman that I'd actually seen him in Costa Coffee this morning, and then he was sat in Greg's Coffee having another one. So I asked him if I could sit with him because all the chairs were taken. He said, by all means, all the tables and stuff. And we chatted for like 30 minutes waiting for the store to open. So it turns out he believes me to be a Republican. Okay. We chatted a little bit about, you know, they have the same, everybody here talks about Donald Trump and, you know, Canada, and everybody thinks I'm an American, of course. But when I say, well, I live in Canada, then they start talking about, well, I guess you guys are going to be the 51st state. You're going to be part of America. It's really quite interesting. But after we exchanged political views, he said to me, he said, well, you're definitely a Republican. And I said, well, I don't know. I didn't know that. He said, oh, you are. You're definitely a Republican. So there you go. So I bought a Mountain Warehouse rain jacket, as I said. This is a 2000 rating, so it's about a mid-weight. They had some for 5,000 and 10,000 rating, but physically just too heavy. This is still acceptable ultralight, and yet it has an acceptable rating value, especially, is that a word? Especially when you layer like I do with the Outdoor Research Helium-2. So, in all truthfulness, I'm glad I went back. Something told me to. I'm glad I did, because I already like the feel of this jacket. It's an extra large. The 2XL was too big, and the large was, well, I just wanted a bit more comfort, so I went with the extra large. It has a pocket on each side, zippered, which is nice. And there's all kinds of water here, and I'm trying to keep my feet dry, which is, well, they're already wet, but not, I just don't want to walk through these huge amounts of water. So zippered pockets, and it has the shock cord cinch down hood, which I really like, rather than just the, you know, the side kind of strings that you pull on and adjust. I like the zip down, the shock cord on the top of the hood, that you can cinch it down just tight. It zippers up too, above the chin, just below the lower lip, to give you complete neck protection. And I think, for the money, I think I did okay. So I'm actually happy that we've upgraded. It's definitely an upgrade from the Frog Togs, there's no doubt about that. I think nothing wrong with the Frog Tog, you know what? But I think my days with Frog Togs have come to an end. They have a place, but I don't believe I have a use for them anymore. I think this particular jacket is going to become my new through hiking jacket. Of course, lead with my Outdoor Research Helium 2, which I love. And again, the hood on that is perfect. It just has the one chest pocket with a zipper. Okay, so now we're pushing out to Danby Whisk, I think it's called. So, not sure how far it is. It's a good hop, but the rain is going to back off. So, we'll just get into it. So something that's quite interesting, for the last 20-30 minutes, I've started to see some kind of produce crops. Now, I have no idea what this particular crop is. I've seen some wheat along the way, just over the last hour, but I have no idea what this is. So, if any of you guys out there know what this is, please comment below, because I just don't know what it is. But it makes a change from seeing like the protein crop of wild stock, or livestock, like the sheep and the cows. Okay, let's just keep on doing what we do. So basically on day 2, I'd met 2 charming ladies. One was called Sue, and I can't think of the name of the other one, but I'd mentioned them before, hiking with a dog. Well, I just ran into them now. Just at a little fence behind me. And the only reason I ran into them now was the lady with the dog had left the leash on a fence, maybe quarter mile, half a mile back. And she had to go back for it. But anyhow, it's really, really nice to see them ladies. Their plan is to, I couldn't remember originally if it was the 10th or the 12th they plan on finishing. So I just clarified that with them now, and it's the 10th, which is pretty much when I'm going to finish this hike. We're in the same place now. So, that's probably going to work out to be about the same. They're heading to the same, possibly the same place as me tonight to camp. I don't know. But anyhow, either way, there's a couple of spots that I know of to camp in Danby Whisk. I'll take either one of them, be it the pub or I'd probably prefer the bunk barn. Tenting, but probably prefer the bunk barn simply because probably got showers and stuff, which is nice. I'd like a shower and a shave. Okay, just a little bit of update. I am wearing my shorts, my t-shirt, and my little Woods True North ultralight little kind of top, sun top. Yeah, because the weather, it's cloudy, but also sunny. And it's just totally changed, which I knew it was supposed to. I'm delighted, or at least I think I am, with my new raincoat from Mountain Warehouse. Again, it's heavier than a Frog Tog's, but it's far more substantial, so I think I'll be happy with it as my through hiking kind of raincoat. But again, we'll see. Only time will tell. Yeah. So right ahead of me, well, there's Heidi again. But once again, she's pushing these awfully long days for some reason. Like today, she's going all the way to, I think I forget what it is, Ingleby Cross or something. So she's still got like 26 kilometers to go. And it's almost 1 o'clock. I would not want to have to do that. And yet, unless I'm missing something, we're both planning on finishing about the same day. Oh well, it's okay. maybe my calculations are off. But she's fast. She just leaves me in the dust. But it was nice to chat with Heidi again. It really was. So I just called the pub in Danby Wisk, but they said they don't do tenting anymore ever since the campground opened. So the campground is probably what that lady was telling me was the bunk barn and camping or tenting. I don't have any information on them, so I don't think I can call and make a booking or reservation. So today, I think I'll just show up, and if everything's fine, the guy at the pub told me they do have a hiker's cabin or hut with a little store for supplies and cooking equipment where the campers can cook their stuff, which would be nice. But anyhow, we'll see. If not, I would just push past a little bit Danby Wisk and find myself, or I'd pick up my camp order at Danby Wisk, and then I would just push past and find myself a stealth camping area. And up to now, there's been several, like right through there, for instance. So up to now, there's been several of stealth camping, kind of wild camping areas for a guy to tuck into. So I shouldn't have a problem either way. And as nice as it would be to take a shower tonight in the campground, if it works, wonderful. If not, so be it. We just keep moving forward. Once we get to Robin Hood's Bay, we'll probably spend that night at the campground if that's available, and be able to get our shower there anyhow before we actually travel up to Glasgow. But that's still 4 days away. Okay, just a little update. Right now, we're on a beautiful little asphalt B road. Gorgeous, hardly any cars. I've seen one in 20 minutes. So yeah, just keep pushing on. And this is nice. I'm going to check my app because it's too nice. I'm going to check my app and make sure I'm in the right place. Because often I'm not. We're showing 3.3 miles to Danby Wisk. Beautiful afternoon. This is yet the best day weather-wise since that really hard rain for a couple of hours this morning. But since then, nice breeze. Just a breeze. It's not crazy. It's just a nice breeze. And temperature's got to jumped up. Got to be about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 18, 20 degrees Celsius maybe. Just delightful day. Absolutely delightful. Wow. Again, if I can get weather like this for the next 4 days, golly, that would be so wonderful. Yes, it would. Just a little bit of a kind of mid-afternoon. It's about 1:45 right now. So I figure I should be around in and around Danby Wisk by say 3:30ish. I don't think I'll be stopping for any breaks. I had one a while back where I ate my second pack of salt and vinegar chips from one of those club bars, and it's a little small, just about that big, called Ambrosia rice pudding, which I packed out of the co-op in Richmond this morning. A nice little lunch. Plus I have an apple and an orange in my pack that I packed out of the co-op this morning at my resupply. So who knows, maybe I'll have one of those this evening before dinner once I get to this camp area, see if I got a camp spot. And yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, we have a plan, but then again, one thing I found on this trail is, well, and primarily due to Far Out being so out of date, that whatever your plans are, they're probably going to change. But that's due to Far Out, nothing else. The far out hap has been terrible for this particular trail, but the GPS seems to be fine. Okay. Well, the sign says, Danby Wisk, please drive carefully. Well, we don't have to worry about that. I guess we have to hike carefully. I guess that's it. But here we are, entering the community of Danby Wisk. I'm gonna, oh, here comes a big truck. Yeah, and a car behind it. Oh yeah, narrow B roads here in England. Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna head into town, the little village. And at the center of town, there's a little common green, which is very, common in the UK. And apparently there's signs there directing you to the camping grounds. So that is where I'm going to be heading straight away. The sign, so there's the White Swan pub, but they don't offer the tenting anymore. But there's a sign there telling you the campground is down here, 200 meters. So we're going to go down there. Beautiful little community, Danby Wisk. Absolutely beautiful little spot. Yeah, nice little cottage homes. Just delightful. Really it is. And I don't know if I'll go back to that pub, try to get a fish and chip for dinner, or I'll see what they've got. Apparently they've got food you can buy at the park or the campground. See what they've got there, maybe. And cooking equipment, like a kitchen type thing. Maybe I'll do something in there tonight. That might be nice. I could do some eggs again. I could go off a dozen eggs. I like eggs. I like my protein. I like my vegetables. I like my fruit. Fruit, vegetables, meat, grains, cereals, plain Greek yogurt. Yeah. Have I gone 200 meters? What do you think? No? Yes, no, maybe? I don't think so. 200 meters, that's 0.2 of a kilometer. Not yet. Maybe I've probably gone 100 meters. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe just down here. I know I bang my trekking poles in hard to the ground. I know I do. I'm very hard on trekking poles. I really shouldn't do that. I've got to work on it. I've got to work on it. Okay. Let's see if we find the campground. This place is amazing. See my white tent right there? My tiger wall. Oh yeah. Some caravans, motorhome, more caravans over there. More hikers coming all the time. I was the only one here, and then more hikers showed up, and apparently there's more coming. They've got a great little honesty shop, all kinds of things in there, like everything you want, and they have great showers here, and washrooms, which are in here. They are being used right now, so I'm not going to go in there. And then they've got a hiker's cabin or hut, which is right here, which has laundry. Look at this, laundry. And it's included. It didn't cost me anything. I did my washing in there, and I've got my shorts, t-shirts, socks, buff, and gaiters drying in there. They've got tea, coffee, hot chocolate, which is free, microwave, refrigeration, I guess a freezer in here if you want to put stuff in there. Wow, this place is absolutely wonderful. It's in Danby Wisk. It's the only camp spot here, so you can't miss it. You just go to the little square, and there's a big sign there that says camping 200 meters. It's associated with a church of some kind, because it's called church something camping, but you can't miss it. If this is the place you come to, if you come to Danby Wisk, this is great. And it's £12 to camp here for the night. That's it. And the lady was so nice. She says, we're going into town, so if you want some fish and chips, we'll pick you some up.
I said, that'll work fine. She said, would you like mushy peas and a buttered tea cake with it? I said, girl, you're just talking dirty to me now. Yes, and they're bringing it for me, and of course I have to pay for it, but it's only £9. It's great, just absolutely great. This is the best one I've been at yet. Tomorrow, another place like this, I think it's called Lordstone's Cafe, that has glamping and camping. So that's my goal tomorrow, which is around 17, 18 miles, I'm told. I haven't calculated it myself yet, but that's my goal tomorrow. And from here, I have a total of 60 miles, which is fine. Okay, what you're looking at there is fish and chips, buttered tea cake, mushy peas. Does it get any better than this? Perfect. Map time. Our wild camp last night at Paddy Bridge. Early morning wake up, 4 a.m. Was on trail just a few minutes after 5 o'clock, after my oatmeal and my coffee, and off we went. We had a little climb here for, I'm going to say 500 feet of elevation gain. That was about it. And then most of the day as we arrived in Richmond. Now, we had a lot of rain through here this morning, probably 2 hours of solid rain. Solid rain in Richmond, solid rain leaving Richmond. But in Richmond, we stopped at the Costa Coffee, you recall that? And excuse me, I've got hiccups. I just ate my fish and chips. And we got a new rain jacket in Richmond at the Mountain Warehouse. We left Richmond at about, I'm going to say 9 o'clock. We carried on. I'd say somewhere in this area here it stopped raining. The sun came out. We're going over to H. Oh, right here. And from that moment on, it had been the best day we've had so far. Warm and just beautiful sunshine most of the day, all the way off the map again. Oh my good God, we are on fire today. Along here, Danby Whisk, we are camped at it is called, I'm going to show you what it's called, because I didn't know earlier. Welcome to the camp kitchen at Church Home Camping. Church Home Camping. There you go. I'm just letting hang on a minute, I don't think it's working. It isn't. I've got to press start. Yeah. I haven't pressed start on the dryer. All I've got to dry is my socks. The rest of my stuff is dry here. My shirt, buff, ankle gaiters, shorts. I did not expect to get laundry today, so I'm delighted with laundry. So yeah, so back to the map for a moment. So Danby Whisk is where we finished for the day at 17.5 miles. Now tomorrow, I believe tomorrow, we leave Danby Whisk, obviously, in the morning, probably early. And I think we're going to enter into, I think tomorrow we officially enter into the North Yorkshire Moors. So now I think we're going to be into some more challenging and terrain, barren, boggy. Hopefully the weather's going to be good. We'll see. The forecast was, as we talked about earlier, was basically a mixed bag of cookies, but that's better than the gale force winds and constant rain all day. That's better than that, so I'm okay with it. And tomorrow we're heading for Lordstone Cafe, and they have what they call glamping and camping. So glamping, I think, is like caravan rental, and then camping. And so that's my plan tomorrow at somewhere around the 17 to 18 miles. That is my plan. And So yes, I am going to get up early. So I'll set a wake up for 4 o'clock. They have a breakfast here at 7. I think she said 7. Could have been 7:30 or 7. But I'm not going to wait for that. I'm going to get up as normal, have my oatmeal, save a few dollars anyhow, but have my oatmeal and my morning coffee. And then I'm going to push out of here, and I'm just going to work my way over to Lodestone Cafe. From here, where I am right now, I think it's about 60 miles to finish this hike. I should have no problem accomplishing that, assuming everything goes fine. There's no injuries. So far, so good. You know what, kids? Jasper's going to see you bright and early in the morning for day 10. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please do. We need you. And, yeah, don't forget our Buy Me a Coffee at trailnamejasper@gmail.com. Thank you. Good night.